uh, along the lines of psychological horror. I also have a few other ones. Let me show you real quick. Along the lines of psychological horror, again, we got Higurashi. We also have Le Portrait de Petite Cosette and Hellgirl. In a way, Hellgirl pretty much puts you in the way. It does pretty much the same thing as Higurashi. It puts you in the mindset of what the characters are thinking, what's going through their heads, those sorts of things. But it also adds another thing in there that also makes the show even more interesting and kind of hard for you to decide what's going to happen or why the character made their decisions the way they did. Um, Hellgirl adds in a thing of morals, right and wrong. Um, Enma pretty much makes a deal with somebody. They have the choice of whether to pull the string and send that person straight to hell, or they cannot pull the string and try to resolve the issues by themselves. Sad thing is that most of the time throughout the series, a lot of people pull that string. Lots and lots of people. First, second, and third season. There's a lot of. It really does make you think. Like, it puts you in the situation of what the characters are going through. Even some other people in real life have gone through these same situations, and it makes you think, man, if I were in their situation, what would I do? Some of the times in the series, these characters are like cornered and everything, and they have like no other choice. Either they get killed, and get sent to hell along with the person they're sending, but that doesn't happen until they die. But it's just kind of creepy. It's scary that if this, it's scary to think that if this were actually real, that people would actually do this in real life. I can guarantee it. Uh, kind of like Death Note, on the fact of how if writing somebody's name in a notebook, writing somebody's name in the notebook that you hate and just want to kill so badly that you write their name down, if it were that easy, a lot of people would have done it, and it's kind of scary. It's just really scary to think about that, but it's a good thing that these are just animated, and it does make you think about the way you do things. You know, it's, I mean, it's there. I mean, it's not really like creepy, but it's just there for like kind of like to make you think on the ways that you go throughout your day-to-day lives. Do you wish, for example, Hellgirl, do you really wish to kill this person so badly? Do you hate them so much that you just want them out of your life? But are you also willing to pay the consequences that come afterward? That sort of thing. And again, a lot of people are willing to pay that price. I just have one more show to show you guys, and I'll be out of here. Well, make that two more. But this video is getting pretty lengthy here. Next, we got Ergo Proxy. Y'all know what that show is. Ergo Proxy, you pretty much go through the mindset of the character Vincent Law. He's moved to this new town called Romdo. He migrated. You pretty much go through the mindset of all of the trouble that he has to go through just because he is a proxy. He thinks he's just a normal citizen of this town, but everybody, he has to deal with the problems of being teased and made fun of and discriminated against because he's an immigrant from another town. And that's another thing that the show hints at. One of the things that it really points at immigration. A lot of people, make fun of the people that come to the U.S. from different countries and stuff like that. And you don't really necessarily think about the things that they have to go through, the trouble that they had to go through to get here, the trouble that you're putting them through while they're here, and what might happen afterwards. Because there are a lot of things that happen in the United States because of teasing and making fun of people from other countries. Personally, I really like people from other countries. You know, that's a chance for you to learn something else about somewhere that you're not from. So, you know, that's one thing. That's one thing to think about. Um, One last show that I wanted to show you guys. If I can find it, then I'll show you. It's really hard for me to get, but I managed. The name of this show is Elfin Lead. You guys all know that show, hopefully. If you don't, well, then I'll do a brief synopsis and in the video. Lucy is pretty much, well, different. She's Diclonius, you know, the horns on her head. She has these abilities to use vectors and visible arms, really move them fast enough. She can cut stuff in half. And it's not even just her. There's a lot of other people in the show that also have troubles. You know, there's this girl who went through a very, very abusive childhood. She runs away from home, gets adopted by the main character and his cousin. Lucy goes through a lot of trouble. Lucy and all of the other Diclonius, they go through the trouble of being discriminated against, getting bullied, teased. You know, again, this is another show that really does point at the fact of how in real society, how we poke fun, not poke fun, we just like deliberately do it on purpose, tease and make fun of the people around us. But this show does put that mental shock into your head of what could happen if you do such things. I think it really does a good job of doing that. You mean you may say it's extreme, but in a way it's not. It's really not. A lot of this stuff could actually happen, but it's like a metaphor for things that could actually happen. There's a lot of blood, gore, murder, cold killings, all of that stuff in Elfin Lead. You know, it doesn't get much weirder or much more disturbing or psychological than that. So, I'm going to end this video here. It's been 15 minutes. Well, almost 15 minutes, but I'm going to end this video here and leave you guys with the thoughts of psychological anime. If you can think of any that, you know, maybe I should know about, let me know. And I really want to tell you guys that you need to at least watch psychological anime every once in a while. You know, there's nothing better than just to think about certain things, and psychological anime is the way to go in those. So, with that being said, this is the Anime Blaze signing out, telling you, make sure you think before you act, because you never know when it'll be, when that final day will be your last. So, again, the Anime Blaze signing out.